women change in the type of person they want. Men, we don't. Like, we always wanted a cute, attractive girl who seems to be loyal. No matter what stage of our life we are. We could be at our brokest, or we can have the most in life. For women, they'll change it up. Well, a lot of the good guys out here, I always say, like, yo, women claim they can't find no good guys, but their standards are too high. Y'all all going for the same 20% of guys, right? Now that I got to change and everything, everybody going for me. They wouldn't go for the version of me that don't have this.
Yeah.
That version was like, yo, the most humble, most loyal, do anything for you type of person. You're not going for that. You won't admit it, but life shows people that. Most women cognizantly put on the table what they used to date 10 years ago versus what they date now. They'd be like, yeah, I was going for the scammer, the dude who, he looked a certain way, but he was like the dope boy who was popular in the city. Now they're looking at the guy who has is at least in the United States, it's called 401k. It's like his retirement fund set up. Yeah. Okay, he's about to go get a house. He has his finances in order. You know what I mean? He seems like a guy who can have a family with.
Shout out to DJ Academic. He said something there. It made me think about a chick that I used to know when he was mentioning when you can ask a woman the type of guys that they used to date back 10 years ago. They're a scammer. They're a hood dude. Sort of like the woman that I knew. She was dating some hood dudes or whatever, some, you know, some Tyrones. And compare that to the dudes that Cheyenne Reynolds right there, that Academic was talking to, and with the woman that I know now, all of the requirements that they want are ridiculously, like, it's a deficit and it's insurmountable. And they can never get to it. And it's like they have no experience, but they just want this guy with what he said, the security fund, the money. They want a guy that's so far out of their league that they've never even got in the same room with, that it just makes their standards just unrealistic. But yeah, I think about that now. And that girl that I'm talking about, she's still single now. All her dating prospects are gone, slammed into the wall, 34, 35 years old. She's probably like 34, 35. Yeah, man, it's a wrap for a lot of these chicks, man. Getting BBLs, like, just sad, bro. Women just, man, feminism, like, really messed them up. The bug messed them up really bad.
Why can't the guys just approach you no matter what? Well, ladies, this generation of men have been told to leave you the F alone. To stop, that they're too toxic, that leave us alone, that they're annoying, that they're creeps, but everything. Stop looking at them. They've been told a lot of this, and they see it on TikTok, they see it in their feeds, they hear it from their friends, they hear the loudest in the room, and the loudest in the room tend to say to guys, leave them alone. And this new generation of guys, I will tell you because I speak to them, they don't want to deal with it. They're not going to be put in your stories. They're not going to be pushed back and rejected and be told that you hate them. So they'd rather just not deal with you. They'd rather just do what you told them to do, which is leave them the F alone. So if you're wondering why they're not coming up to you, it's because they've been told that they're annoying, they're toxic, and just to stay out of their way. And they will do that, and they are doing that. Now, I know this is not the majority of you ladies. I'm sure the majority of you ladies would actually like a good guy. But it's funny because the loudest ones tend to have the most impact, and the loudest ones are all on here. They're all on here. They're all on every other social platform saying, men, leave us alone. And that's what they're doing. So that's why I tell you, ladies, if you want a guy to approach you, you're going to have to give him some signs. You're going to have to show, hey, I want you to make some eye contact, give a little smile, give him something, because he's been told for most of his growing adult life, the new generation, that they don't want to be dealt with. So that's
good point, but this also goes to show you that women need time, attention, and validation, and they want you to just give it to them just to give it to them. They don't care about you. They're so stuck on getting instant validation through the internet, social media platforms like that, just for existing from random dudes that they always talk crazy about and get mad at and say that they're creeps. They still need it, and they want men, like you see in that message, to do it anyway. But what if men were to say, how come women just can't give us sex anyway without us asking for it? Something would be wrong with us. We would never be able to do that. That would be unacceptable and questioned. But women have no problem taking your time, your attention, taking your validation and your money for non-sexual favors. Oh, well, he gets to be around me because I exist. He gets to exist in my presence. All this nonsense that the dumb gumps and those dumb orbiting simps have gone for, those rules, playing by those rules, men are just not going to do it anymore. And women are starting to panic and see this go out in effect. But I'm just, not even surprised at this point that women will do this and they think that there's nothing wrong with it. This is why guys get their passport, and this is why those women get passed around by the top 20% of men, if they're hot enough, for sex only and thrown in the sex bucket.
The problem with men nowadays is that they want to act like Drake, but they don't got Drake money. So now you're a broke, sassy bitch for no fucking reason. And I'm saying this because I'm upset because the motherfucker just pushed me instead of saying excuse me. Like, you're 6'4", motherfucker. Let's be so fucking for real right now. Say excuse me. And then when I was like, excuse me, he was like, I was trying to get through. Go to war and please.
Well, probably for the same reason why you act like you're a traditional woman, but you don't have traditional woman traits. You want to be with a man that's way better than you and way out of your league, but you have more bodies than your local cemetery and morgue. Maybe that's what it is, because, you know, that just goes to show me that you're masculine. And this all started with a guy that you probably dramatized this situation because, you know, women always try to catastrophize things. And, you know, she's giving off a lot of, you know, trait neuroticism because women are neurotic by nature. So, you know, they put themselves in situations that aren't even situations, meaning, oh, they were out somewhere and a guy like probably, you know, moved them and they probably didn't say excuse me, but they blow it up. They over catastrophize everything, bro, and it's ridiculous. So of course this gets to their mind, and these are the same women that can't get a man, that are looking for a man, but they talk like this about men and wonder why they're single, wonder why nobody deals with them, and then they want men to go and go to war. That's like me saying, well, you know, go to the house and, you know, clean the floor and slip, and I would be in the wrong for saying that, right? But women nowadays, they have loose mouths, loose lips, and loose, you know what's.
You're dating and then all of a sudden things stop, you know, being as grand and happy and, you know, loving as they once were. Then you also mirror the same image. You know, if he's pulling away from you, you pull away from him. If he's not calling you as much, don't call him. You know, if he's not taking you out on dates, don't go on dates with him. Go on dates with other people, you know. And what I'm saying is, mirroring someone's image is showing them who they are and how they're treating you. And if they don't like it, it means they're not doing something right. And all you have to do is say, look, well, I'm just doing what you're doing to me. You know, I'm only mirroring you. You're not asking me out on Friday night anymore. You're not taking me out. You're not, you know, putting me as a priority. You're not answering my texts. I'm not a doormat, you know. Before you came along, I was doing great. So, you know, if you're slacking, I'm gonna slack. You know, I'm not your mom.
Yeah, like, to even know that this girl has a man, bro. She has more chins than a Chinese prison, bro. A Chinese kitchen. Jeez, man. You could tell she was a linebacker, and I don't understand why women are taking advice from the linebacker that doesn't even take her own advice. Notice how she said that when you start mirroring this man, you're just showing him the same type of energy and pulling back just like him. And she tried to go into what mirroring was, and she says, if that person gets mad, there's something wrong with them. So if that's the case, she can't take her own advice because there's something wrong with her, because drizzle and the soft guy era, all it is mirroring those women. So she doesn't even take her own advice. So that means what? Like she just said right there, something is wrong with her. Something is wrong with the person if they get upset at the mirroring. Men are mirroring women, drizzle, and women like you and all these other women, something is wrong with them. God, this is the most important piece to this whole movement that nobody has probably even tapped into. But right now I'm tapping into it, and this is the first. And this will go everywhere when it hits my YouTube channel. But dog, this is crazy. Like, she is ridiculous. This is how you know that she asked for the cash apps. She regurgitates the same stuff over and over, and she probably forgets what she preaches, because she just described exactly how her and all of her little weird followers something is wrong with them. She proved it because they have an issue with the mirroring that's happening. Drizzle, baby. Taking over. Her brand is done in the toilet. Get your passports, man, just in case. But let's just stay with a sack of popcorn, with some beers, hanging out to watch the show, watch the fireworks, because they're coming very, very soon. Stay tuned.